I know that there's a lot of bots and trolls online. Nobody knows that better than me because they're all over my mentions and they are on a lot of different issues. And there's trolls that go in one direction, bots that go in another direction, etc. But lately, over the last couple of years, of course, I've been talking a lot about Israel. So if you go to my X account, you'll see as many Israeli bots and trolls as you could imagine, right? And every once in a while, they will change up their talking points, their propaganda, their attack lines, right? And you could tell, and this is like a hobby of mine. I love looking at it, and because they'll do it at the same time. So they'll be like, okay, we have resurfaced the thing on that where Cenk is talking about horses. Oh, you are horse. You're like, oh, okay, yeah, those are all the bots that got their new talking points. And then they'll move on to another one. They move on to another one. And recently, the one they moved on to is saying that Cenk is not a good enough leftist. Interesting. Okay, now I was like, there are a lot of real people who do think that, right? That's not fake at all. There's a bunch of folks, real viewers, certainly some of the hosts on the left, etc. And they think, we don't hate the right wing enough, and they genuinely believe that, and they have their beefs, and they say, and by the way, they have some legitimate disagreements, right? So I think, for example, having Marjorie Taylor Greene and Tucker Carlson as allies on anti-war and getting rid of Israel's control over the government, etc., is helpful. They don't. They think that no, like we don't need their help at all, etc. We have honest disagreements. It's okay, right? So I don't want you misinterpreting what I'm saying here as there is no real people that are against me on the left. There certainly is, right? But some of them are bots, and that's the sense that I got. And then I caught one. So I love this. So there's this guy, Clib Hub Politics, right? And he's constantly in there, and lately he's been pretending that he's on the left. Now I say pretending, let's find out if that's true or not. So I did this tweet. I said Israel should be banned from the Olympics and every international competition until they free the Palestinians. They are preventing Palestine from existing against all international laws. Why should they get the benefits of the international community when they never abide by the rules? I happen to think that's a very fair comment, obviously, because I made it, right? So now a lot of folks disagree, but what I thought was interesting, I'm like, Clib Hub Politics. This is the guy that I see all the time in my mentions say, Cenk's not on the left enough, he likes MAGA so much, etc. So he says in this case, has Palestine ever sent female athletes to the Olympics? If not, how come? I'm like, wait, that's not a left-wing position. You're against the Palestinians and you're gonna put on an Israeli talking point about how they're bad to women as Israel has slaughtered how many tens of thousands of women in Gaza, and you're on the left? So then I say, wait, weren't you pretending to be a leftist who's upset at me for not being far left enough? And now you're crapping on the Palestinians and protecting Israel? Whoops, you let that mask slip, brother. And I thought there, he's just gonna leave it alone, right? Nope, he comes back. No, I asked you why you care more about Palestine than America, and you couldn't answer. Just like you couldn't answer this question. It's because women weren't viewed as humans in Palestine. You're pretending to be on the left, Mr. Israeli bot? I don't know a single person on the left, no matter what our disagreements are, that thinks that Palestinians don't treat women as humans. No, we've got an issue with one side not treating people as humans. That's the Israelis and how they are slaughtering the Palestinians as if they aren't human. Now, maybe you could be a right winger and have that point of view. You could be Israel first, but you're pretending to be on the left of me and you have that point of view? Nah. So I said, okay, so you're not on the left. You're an Israeli BSer trying to get the left to turn on each other. Thank you for the confession. And then he says, answer the question already, you MAGA ass sniffing turd. I love that one because he goes back to the original talking point of, you're pro-MAGA and you're sniffing something or another. God damn it, I let the mask slip because I hate the Palestinians so much. I had to say it, boss. I'm so sorry. I did poorly. I know I'm supposed to pretend to be on the left. All right, guys. Now, what's the point of this other than it's fun and there are bots in the world, and which a lot of you already knew. But I'm going to actually give you a quote from the Times of Israel because they had something really interesting to say about this. I'll get to that in a second. But the point of this, guys, is be careful what you see online, right? So a lot of people that are pretending to be something they're not. You are all relatively familiar with it, but when you're interacting, sometimes you forget. Like you think that they're real human beings. A lot of times they're just automated programs. They're not even human, and a lot of times they're trolls and with specific, marching orders, etc. But the most important part in this case is what they try to do is actively divide the country and divide movements. Right? So they want to divide the left and the right. They hate unity. They despise it when we come together. So as I was saying it, I just realized, well, some people accidentally help them, okay? But that goes back to our normal disagreements. If the other side is gonna come and agree with us against being against war, I know a lot of people don't think they're genuine. They said it hundreds of times. I don't know when they're gonna pop out of the cake and go, I was secretly for war in Israel, but okay, it's okay, that's fine, that's the disagreement. But they want to make sure, the Israelis do, that the right wing and the left wing do not get together, because that's the only force powerful enough to maybe drive Israel out of our government. But also they want to divide within the right wing and within the left wing. And so they think, oh, well, if we can get the left to turn on Cenk and we can get the right to turn on Tucker, then we'll use the left that is not in favor of Israel to get rid of our enemies for us. So that doesn't mean that you shouldn't have the opinion you have or have any opinion you like. Just keep an eye out for that, right? Don't let them divide you. If you have normal disagreements, that's okay. But if you get sucked into this thing and you think, oh, all these people on the left hate the Palestinians. Yay, go Israel. Come on. Or that guy's not pro-Palestinian enough, or that guy's too pro-Palestinian. They're constantly trying to divide. So now what's amazing is that the Times of Israel, as usual, does really good reporting. We often go to the Israeli press because our press is so cowed by Israel that they almost do no criticism of Israel because they're worried they're going to be called anti-Semites and their career is going to be ruined. But everybody in Israel is Jewish, so they can't use that trick on them. So Times of Israel with brilliant reporting saying about half of the politically active accounts on Israeli social media are not real people, but rather bots, including many of those boosting posts by Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu and members of his right-wing coalition, according to an investigation by Channel 12 News. And Channel 12 is a different Israeli press outlet. So yeah, buyer beware, people on social media be aware. Don't let them split you up. Don't let them get you to hate someone on your side. And then whether that's left or right, or it's on a particular issue, Israel or any other issue. So there's tons of nefarious characters out there, including, as the Israeli press wrote, about half the people who pretend to support Israel are actually bots. And of course, our press doesn't report on any of that because beloved Israel, and they bow down. All right, so that's the state of affairs out there, and now I hope you see what's going on a little bit clearer. So let's go back to mixing it up. Let's go back to agreeing and disagreeing and fighting and coming back together. But as long as we're doing it with real people and you're representing your actual policies and your actual goals, and even if you have different strategies to get there, there's no problem at all. But don't let them mislead you into hating one another, because there's so many of these bots and trolls that their whole purpose is to do that. And in this case, to divide the left so that they cannot effectively oppose Israel. Every time you ring the bell below, an angel gets his wings. Totally not true, but it does keep you updated on our live shows.